Yes, really, Farley. Okay, let's get started. Dom can catch up here with us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to solve some different problems, still using the compound interest. That's all we're going to work with right now. Okay. So for this one's a multi-step problem. So on June 1st, 2001, Anna invested $2,000 in a fund that paid 6% compounded monthly. Okay. After 5 years, she moved the accumulated amount to a new account that paid 8% compounded quarterly. Determine her balance in 2013. Okay, I'm going to make this question a little bit easier. Let's just change this to January, so we don't have to play any games. So, what's our first investment? We'll do in black. Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to reply to here. Fill this in first for me. For the first investment, what's our principal? Do we have the amount? What's our rate? What's our how many times compounded monthly? And what's our time? Type in chat what all that means, and I'll be right back to you as I answer Gabe. Not Gabe, Dominic. Change T's attendance. Johnson. Okay. So who can tell me what I have right now for this first investment? So we're looking at this investment here. What's my principal? What's my rate? What's my N? What's my T? My principal's 2,000, good. What else do we have? Gabe, you should be right on top of this and know all these.
Easy money, baby. Oh, I already got it down, dude.
Well, tell me what it is.
Okay. Actually have it down. Okay.
I only need my N now.
Okay, so 0.06. The N?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quarterly, so 4.
We're doing the first investment.
Oh, the first investment? Okay, 12.
12. Right, so we have to figure out the first investment. Okay. So for 5 years, she invested at this. So let's figure out, oops, I forgot the 0. We're figuring out our final amount, so it looks like this. 1 R over N to the Tn equals 2,000. Bracket 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12 to the power of T times N. Now sometimes if you can do 12 times 5 here and just know it's 60, just write it up there. Okay, because that'll help you plug in your formula.
I can't do that.
Okay. So I want someone to finish that off and tell me what it equals to, what it equals in chat, please. Thank you, as I work on it over here. And if anyone needs help, please ask to, and I'll help you out, whichever method you want. Whether it's TVM solver or calculator. So we got a total of 2,697.7. Good. Perfect. Put an H in chat right now if you need some help calculating that on whatever you wish, right? And I don't mind if people use this. That's perfectly fine for me. Okay, so if you feel like you'd like to use the TVM solver, go ahead. Poor. Okay. That's fine. All right, so that's our first investment. Her second investment, she moves the accumulated amount. So this is our accumulated amount, the 2697.7. That's going to be our new principal. Into a new account that pays 8%.
Hey, Mr. O.
Once I compounded quarterly for the rest of the time. So we're going to 2018, 2013. So if we've done, so that means we're now in the year 2006. I'll let you guys work on that as I answer Gabe's question. Go ahead, Gabe.
Hey, Mr. O. Riley just reacted to my message, and I feel like he's mocking me. Can you tell him to stop?
I believe you should be able to take a compliment, Gabe.
I liked it, dude. He did
Ethan
well.
George just did it too.
Yeah.
Dude, they're bullying me, Mr. O.
If they bully you over right answers the whole time, then I'm
Dude,
fine with
Jackson
that.
Flukman did it too, man.
All right, shush.
It means you're winning, dude.
All right, so what's my variables here now for this second one? Okay.
Oh, I'm
I have
in.
my principal.
Finally.
Okay, I have my principal. Now, what's my rate? What's my N? And what's my T for my second investment? $0.08 is going to be my rate.
Dude, now that they all did that, Dominic got unbanished.
Good. What's my N and what's my T? My N is 4 because it's quarterly. And my T is going to be what? If we counted 5, we started our investment in 2001. 5 years later, we're in 2006. How many years until 2000? Good. And then we're going to plug all that into our formula. So we go back. A equals P bracket 1 plus Rn to the power of Tn. Bracket 1 plus 0.08 divided by 4 to the power of 4 times 7 is 28. I want someone to find me the answer, and that person cannot be Gabe or Haley. I want someone else to find me the answer. Maybe one of those young gentlemen that reacted to you could give me the answer, so Gabe, you could have a chance to positively reinforce their learning.
I choose Riley Broderick.
No, they get to choose themselves.
Mr. O, could you zoom out just a bit?
Yeah.
That's good.
So who's got the answer for me here? No Haley, no Gabe.
I feel so smart right now that you're not asking me to answer the question.
Well, Farley's coming hard to the game here. Yeah, that looks good. 4,000 696.7. Oh, I got 7.6. Good. Put H in chat if you need help finding that number in your calculations. Okay.
What?
So here's a question here that's going to be a little different for us. So rather than go back some prior knowledge, but let's figure out what is our A, P, N, oops, R and T is usually how I do it. Our R, N, and T. So this says if $300 grows to $1,200 in 15 years, what's the annual interest rate, assuming it's compounded annually? So let's fill in these numbers. Can someone give me some information here? Where would all this go? Our final amount, good, is 1,200. Good. Gabe, you can chip in here too. Times 15, good.
And the
Anyone else
principal
have
is 300.
answers? Principal's 300. Oh, we
So
need
we're
one
looking
more.
for the rate in the end. Oh, and it's compounded one time. So 1.
One. So
So
this is
now
what we're looking for here.
Okay, so how do we solve that, bro? What?
Well, let's get our formula out here. R over N Tn. Okay. So this is where actually, well, let's plug this in first. Let's plug all our numbers in. 1,200 equals 300 bracket 1 plus R over 1 to 15. Now, if it's R over 1, we can just get rid of that 1. It's just R. Okay? Now, I'm going to do it the easy way to start. Not the easy way. I'm going to use the TMV solver to start, and then I'm going to do it mathematically. Okay? So if I were to do this here, my previous value for this one's 300. My final value that I end up is 1,200. Now, one of these has to be negative. It's just the way the calculator works, because if I invest 300 now, in the future I have $1,200. My N is T times N, so that's 15. And I'm compounding it annually. So these are both going to be 1. Okay. Do I have any questions about how I set up my TVM solver?
I will never use a TVM solver ever.
You wait till tomorrow, young man, or even this question, right?
Nope.
Now, if I want to solve for the interest rate, I just go solve for interest rate. And, oh my gosh, you're killing me, calculator. How come I didn't solve for it? $300, $1,200, 1, 15 years. All right, I'm going to come back to that. Something went wrong with it. Thank you, TVM solver. All right. All right, let's rearrange this right now. The first thing we can do is move this over, because this is 300 times this. So this is a multiply. So if I bring this over, what's it become? If it's a multiply on one side, it becomes a division on this side. Which gives us what, 4? Okay, here's a question for you. This is from our exponential unit. how do we get, what's my next step here? I have 4 equals this to the power of 15. How do I get rid of that to the power of 15? Very good. Square root to the power of 15. So I'm going to take the 15th root of 4. I'm going to take the 15th root of 1 plus r to the power of 15. And that's going to equal, well, the one side is going to equal 1 plus r. The other side is going to equal, what's the 15th root of 4? Now, if I'm using my calculator, I could go 15, shift like so, and 4, which is going to give me a 1.097, let's say. 1.097. Are we following along here right now? And then I move this 1 over. It's a 1 plus right now. So that's going to become, this plus 1 is going to become a minus 1. So I'm left with 0.097 or 9.7%. Does that make sense for everyone right now? It's almost the exact same thing we did before. One second here. 300, 1200. All right. What's this question asking for now? Here's 2 how long it'll take questions. So let's write down everything we know here again. How long would it take for an investment of 5,000 to double? So 5,000 is our principal, and the double is going to be 10,000. 10% compounded semi-annually. So we're going to have 0.1 here. Semi-annually is 2 here, and we're looking for this right here. Okay? So then we go back to our formula. And then we finally, I'll write everything in, and then I'm going to let you guys get started as I do it on my TVM solver. And don't be so mad on the TVM solver. Like for a question like this would be like a 3-mark question, right? What's 80% of 3 marks? You would get a 2.5 out of 3 using the TVM solver, right? Very minimal. And even if you set it up, t times 2. If you set this up like this, you get 2.75 out of 3 on your on your mark. If you just do this part and then bring over your TVM solver and use that. Okay? So don't think of it as like, oh my God, I'm going to lose so many marks. It's hardly anything. Because if I was doing this, I'll actually leave that blank. My percent here is 10%. My previous value was 5,000. My final value is 10,000. 2, 2, and then I'm going to find out how many. What in the world is going on with my things here? Let me try my calculator. My good calculator. Oh. Oops. 10%. Getting an error for some reason. All right. So who remembers how to do this one? Well, first thing we do is bring it over, and it becomes a divide. Well, we can do this math here and make it into a number here. So that's going to equal 1.05 to the power of 2t. Okay? So we have 2 equals 1.05 to the power of 2t. Who can remember, and if we were in class, this would be totally BOF-worthy, who can remember the next step here? Do I have any takers of what to do? I'll write down the first letter of it. That's an L. Next letter. Does everyone remember this? How we take the log of both sides? Bueller. Then we divide by 2. Divide by 2. T equals 7.1. Does anyone have a faint memory of that from earlier this year? Yes, no, maybe so. The one below it is just like it. Log is just T. Well, when you take the log of 1.05 here, the 2t comes down. Okay, because it's 2 times t up here. Times number times compounded per year. Does that make sense, Olivia? So 2t comes down, and then I divided both sides. I can move this over since it's a multiply. It's 2t times. I can put a bracket around this. Times this, so I moved it over it to make it a divide. All right. Yep. So you have 8 questions to work on there. How long? Let's leave these questions out. We work on the first 5. Okay. So no 6, 7, or 8 right now. Okay, just work on 1 through 5. And let's do a quick attendance check. Right now, then once we're done this attendance check, you guys have the afternoon to complete this work. Then you have time to work on your culminating. Okay, your culminating tasks, any outstanding assignments, it's your time to work on. Does that make sense? To reinforce, your work needs to be in by Sunday at midnight. Now, Yosan, week 5 I'll wait till everyone's done, and then I'll go over week 5 culminating. You can't do your week 5 culminating yet, Yosan. There may be one question that you can do right now, but the other ones you can't do. So for people who are all caught up and have everything in, then you could do like that one question and do your homework and be done for the night. And realistically, you guys will have Friday off. You guys could have the afternoons off pretty much all week that you have right now. Okay? This is time to make sure that people who haven't caught up. So if you're all caught up, you're done all your culminatings, you've done the assignments, you know what you're doing, you're all caught up, you finish your homework and you're done for the day. Can we have Thursday off as well? Well, I'm sure, Riley, did you look at the email I sent you yesterday, Riley?
Which one?
I only sent you one yesterday.
Oh, was it?
So the answer is no.
No, I remember it.
I sent you the week outline.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if you look at Thursday, you have an assessment in the morning. And then in the afternoon, you have time to work on anything you want, but that's the time for you. I'm going to pull you into a meeting and give you a quick little interview on your assessment. Explain how you did this question.
Okay.
I'll pick a question off and say, explain how you do that. But if you look here, every afternoon you have time. Thursday, pretty much for 2 blocks you have time. You have Friday, you have time.
Okay, sweet.
So you have lots of time to work on it. My goal is to give you enough time that by Thursday around noon, almost everyone has done all their work. Okay? That way I'm not overloading you with work, right? So you're done all your work there. Now there's some people who are done all their culminating tasks up to date right now. So they may, and for those people, if I look at your culminating, now to reinforce, and God forbid this happens, I gave out 5 different versions of the culminating, people. Okay? So if you think you're going to copy off one other person, you're, for lack of a better term, you're SOL. Okay? There's culminating question. Generally, it's a culminating question of what we're doing tomorrow, but there's another culminating question, kind of what we did today. For example, this person, whoever it is, Wonderland has decided the pandemic, they need a big attraction, big crowds. They invest $5 million at one time with an interest rate of 4% compounded monthly. How much will they be worth after 8 years? That's something we did today.
Wonderland opens on the 5th.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Nice. So you guys could work on, like, for people who are done everything, there's one question there that you could probably get done today. Okay? And then probably like tomorrow or the next day you could do this question. Then you're pretty much done the course if you're all caught up besides your assessment.
So all we have to do today is the homework and the checks and just catch up.
Homework, check, catch up. Yep.
Cool. So we can
Okay.
go.
Mr. Are checks worth marks?
Yep. I used it for marks last time.
Okay.
So are we good to go?
Yeah, you can if you need to. Gabe, I used it for 5% of your mark last time. 5% of how many you completed.
Okay. I'll do the check then. I was gonna say I should just skip the check and then do the stuff I haven't done to be more productive with my time, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'll almost do the check.
But the check also just allows you, like, the check is one
Only
question
one.
in Desmos. 2. Where's the, here, let me look up Desmos here. It's just one question. It's a good check to see if you know what you're doing.
Well, I obviously am very professional and know what I'm doing, so it's okay. I think I maybe you should just give me the marks for it, and I just shouldn't do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you obviously know that I know what I'm doing, right? Because
Actually, there's how many questions? There's
very educated. So.
there's six multiple choice questions.
Oh, multiple choice. But to say, I'm like, you give me 6 questions for the check. I'm like that's
No.
practically a test.
No, it's like, how much money does it cost to borrow? Are you talking about interest, time, account balance, principal?
Okay, easy. That's easy. Okay, yeah, I got it.
I'm not going to out some. There's one individual working on their check already. I can see them working through it.
Okay, yeah. So after I'm done my my check and stuff, will you still be on the call till 2 o'clock like always, or no?
Yeah, I will be. I'm going to go make myself something to eat right
Can we
now.
work on my like week 2 and week 3 culminating together,
Maybe.
and just not take away marks for you helping me?
I can't do that.
Just bless
I-
me. Just help me out.
I'm going to go get something to eat right now. Oh, what won the check here? What won the... Good. Hard ice cream won. That's a good choice. It's better than soft ice cream. Right, I'll be back in about 5 minutes.